Okay, you ready?
Yeah, don't get in the bind. If you're getting short of breath, just come back up. We'll keep you pushed up. She got it. Come on up. You got both hands on him?
I got both hands. Don't go anywhere. I got him.
Keep him down. He's gonna roll.
I got it. You got it.
Here we go.
We are Lee and Alicia Ducote.
I'm an author and novelist who likes to write romance and adventure.
And I am an outdoor adventuress who loves to drag Lee along with me.
Together, we travel all over the country and search for those off-the-beaten-path adventures that don't cost a fortune, with the hope to inspire others to get out and find their own adventure.
So gear up, grab your backpack, and come go with us as we search for that next crazy adventure.
And maybe find a little romance along the way.
Recently, I was scrolling through social media and saw pictures of people noodling. This caught my eye, and now that I have talked Lee into going, well, welcome to our adventure.
We have located North Louisiana's top noodler. His name is Bubba Sally, and he has agreed to take us out on a local lake. So hopefully, I can pull out a big giant 30 to, 40, 50 pound catfish.
And we're 42 minutes late.
Well, we had to turn around a few times.
We agreed to meet Bubba and his brother-in-law Bill at a boat launch and an area I'm not supposed to name because most noodlers take their fishing very serious and keeping their places secret is all part of the game.
Bubba, tell me, how in the world did you get into catching catfish with your hands?
First day I went, I caught a 40 pounder first day, and the next day I was looking for a place to go on. And that was 5-6 years ago. We've been doing it ever since. A friend of ours up in Benton put on a tournament, Grandmaster Classic. It was the first annual. We actually won the tournament. We weighed in 3 fish, 134 pounds.
At the first stop, Bubba loses his shirt and the fishing was on. I was all in at first, but now that we were actually doing it, I was starting to question myself.
I like this a little bit deeper. You got it? I got my.
I got it. Okay, I got it. Can I put my foot in there? Mm-hmm.
I'll move mine out the way.
All right.
It's all you.
Feet are in it.
You got to get your hands in before your feet come out.
Hands in before the feet come out.
No, I'm just gonna let
It's
you
like a
fish.
contortionist.
Uh-huh.
All right. Y'all ready? All right, my feet are standing in this hole. I got to get my hands in and my feet out.
Without letting the fish out.
All right, here we go.
She got to kick her feet up. Think that's cool? She's showing out. You got it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, stand up.
I can't get my feet under
All
me.
right, easy up. Don't let him start kicking. All right, you got your feet under you?
Okay.
Pretty
Here
fish.
he is.
Pretty color on him.
Oh, he's biting me.
He's supposed to.
He's got a grip. He's not going anywhere.
With my first big fish behind me, I was bound and determined to catch another. Let's just say my competitive side came out. The next log Bubba found was butted next to a beautiful cypress tree, and with a quick check, he instructed me that there was a nice sized fish, also known in the South as a biggin. It took many deep breaths to finesse my hands into the log and into the mouth of this enormous fish. Yep, to get them out, you have to entice them to bite down on your hands. all 50 plus pounds of them. Noodling is often misunderstood, and most people think these catfish live in these holes year round. The truth is, there is a small window that lasts about 6 weeks during the year that these fish bed in these holes. The first written documentation of noodling was in the 1700s. It was written by a trader and historian by the name of James Adair, who journaled of southern Native Americans diving under the rock where the catfish lie to shelter, offering their hand as bait.
You gonna catch more?
Oh my gosh.
Want me to go get him?
No, I don't want you to go get my fish.
One of them's a little bigger than the other. She's like, you'll pass out. Don't practice holding your breath
All right.
while you're driving down the road.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
You got him?
He's big.
So you got one of them?
He's big.
All right, get him out of there.
Oh shoot, I love him right there.
Oh, man.
Still got him.
Oh, you still got him. Grab him. Grab him.
What a day. Day 2, take 2, no film crew. Because we left their butts at the house for a broken boat. How dare they? Well, there's fish right here.
Trying to jump in the boat with him.
We don't need to go anywhere.
We skirted across the lake, headed to a few known structures that had been promising in the past. And before we knew it, Bubba was pulling up to the first area he was familiar with. Here in the South, you've got to be a little crazy to do this, and Bubba knows some crazy people. He brought along another friend named Tony, and together they put us on fish after fish. When you finagle these fish out of the log, that's when the fight starts. And if you're lucky, it will end before you reach the surface for a gasp of air. Once they calm down, you can lift them above the waterline and take that awesome fish on the shoulder picture. A picture, thanks to Bubba, we took 10 times during our filming.
Well, how does it feel?
Feels so good. Whew. He kind of fought some, and once I had him, I wasn't letting go, so I came up with him backwards.
Man, this is a good scene right here. Where's the pole? Where's the fish with it?
We left him in the truck.
Dangers from the sport range from minor cuts and scrapes to dislodged fingers and toes. Mostly from snapping turtles, gators, beavers, and muskrats that have taken over abandoned catfish holes. The sport has actually been outlawed in many states, but not here in the good old South.
As soon as you reach in, I'm gonna move my feet out of the way, okay? You reaching in? Yep. He's all over now. You got him? You got him?
How about
You got
that?
him. Keep him down, keep him down, keep him down. Keep him down, he's gonna roll!
I got him. You got him.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'd have won the tournament with that.
Yep.
Man,
Where was you at?
this guy, I'm gonna leave him in the net.
Yeah, well, we can get him out. Let him, just a minute, he'll show up.
Look at that.
Whew. Good fish.
I should have got that fish.
And of course I need my lipstick. It's another Southern thing.
So what are you doing on a weekday afternoon? Just walking in the lake.
out.
He was biting you.
Son of a gun, I'm gonna get him.
Or flopping or something.
Ooh, his mouth feels huge.
He's
We need to put some weights on her feet.
Got him? Hang on to it. Pull him close
Hold
to
him.
your
got
body.
him.
Keep him close to your body.
I got him. I got him with my legs too.
You got both hands?
I got him with my legs too.
You got both hands in his mouth?
Come here, Liz. Oh my gosh, I can't see. Oh my gosh, I got my legs wrapped around him too. All right, here we go.
Easy look.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Good fish.
Don't go anywhere. I got him. I got him.
Hang on to it.
I got him.
Hang on to it.
Look at that. Yeah, dude. Oh, I ain't gonna let him get away. Woo.
The remaining part of the evening was spent going from one location to the next, enjoying a day on the lake, watching the sunset, and pulling monster catfish from every structure where we stopped. And jumping out of the boat at each location drove my adrenaline higher and higher. Putting aside my adventurous nature, I stepped aside to let Bubba catch the next fish. I mean, he was our guide, plus Tony had whispered to me that it wasn't a big fish. It didn't matter that we were fishing in a unique way. I fell in love with it. Bubba continued to entertain us with his crazy antics, and we spent a beautiful day on the lake. Women are quickly finding their place in fishing, but noodling is heavily dominated by men. Girls, find a guy to take you. Have them stick their hand in the hole first, then you go ahead and pull out that record fish. Major female bucket list.
Lieutenant Dan!
Only in Louisiana.
Of course, the longer the day went, the bigger the fish stories grew. You gotta love Southern men and their stories.
So we're here in Louisiana in a undisclosed location, pulling great big catfish out of holes in the lake, and it is incredible. I just cannot explain the rush it is to zero visibility water, holding your breath, reaching down in these logs and holes and not knowing what's in there, whether it's a little fish, a big fish. When I reached in and grabbed that one, he was so in the back I could barely get to him. I could just get my finger in the side of his mouth, and I mean, it was almost a battle. I mean, it was like I couldn't quite get there, and once I just kind of worked him to the front of the hole and got both hands in him, my heart was beating so fast I didn't know if I was going to get to the top of the water before I just lost it. So anybody that wants to do this, I recommend find somebody, go, because it is incredible. And I'm so glad that I have a husband that is willing to put up with my adventurous side. And hopefully we'll get a sweet sunset.
The following week, Lee and I were invited to the noodling tournament that Bubba had mentioned. What we thought was going to be a few guys gathering with their catch turned into a bigger event than we had expected. Several boats and mini noodlers showed up with more fish than you could imagine, and some of the catfish weighed in over 50 pounds. Now that's a fish.
Bubba, Bill, thank y'all so much for taking us out. We had a great time last few days.
You bet.
Alicia got to pull up some big catfish. I got to pull up bait.
It was still fun.
It was a lot of fun though. So, tournament, how'd y'all do?
Well, I don't really know. We didn't get first. We didn't get paid. We didn't win.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't one of our best days, but we had fun. Did a lot of fishing and we caught a few fish, but just not enough to bring us out on top.
Well, I'm going to have to say, from somebody that uses a rod and reel, because that's normal, thank you, and to Alicia called and hooked us up with you guys and everything, y'all have a very unique way of fishing.
Yes.
But I have to say, after doing it, I'm hooked. It's fun. No pun intended, by the way. It's a ton of fun. And Bill, thank you so much.
You.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Had a blast.
We invited some of our friends and their families to come out to the barn and enjoy a good old southern fish fry. Noodling is now by far my favorite way to catch fish. The season only lasts 30 to 60 days out of the year, and it's not legal in all 50 states. But I want to challenge you to put this on your bucket list. Such an amazing time. Remember, all fishing requires licenses, and please practice safe boater skills. You don't want to take any chances on ruining a good day of fishing. Thanks for joining us.